É uma adrenalina que sobe, uma ansiedade, nervosismo. Parece que é sempre o primeiro jogo.
Vai pro gol!
O futebol de 5, para mim, é o combustível que eu encontrei para continuar lutando. Meu nome é André de Souza Carlos, tenho 40 anos. O meu problema de visão já vinha da infância. Eu tive um acidente e a visão foi ficando mais fraca cada vez. E um dia eu perdi ela totalmente. Eu jogo futebol de 5 já há quase 4 anos. É jogado com 4 jogadores na linha, um goleiro. Temos que usar vendas para tirar qualquer vantagem de um jogador que tenha resíduo de visão. A bola tem guizos para a gente se orientar por esse som. E depois que eu fiquei cego, perdi a vontade de ir para churrasco, encostei o instrumento e eu caí mesmo, eu caí lá no fundo do poço. Para mim foram 6 meses de luto, de pensar em desistir, entregar a vida, né? Que é ruim, foi bem ruim mesmo. E depois que eu comecei a jogar o futebol, começou a se transformar. Foram crescendo outros sentimentos de volta, alegria, a disposição, o desejo de estar com as pessoas, de voltar para a sociedade, de trabalhar. A mente voltou a trabalhar, a ter outras expectativas, outros sonhos, outras novas metas. Fui adquirindo conquistas, tudo através do futebol.
When I first started climbing, I was so bad. I was so terrible, so slow. I'd tear my skin up all the time. And I was like, how the heck are we gonna go and do Mount Kilimanjaro? 3 words, I don't know. Those 3 words, 3 of the most important words in my life. All discoveries happen from I don't know. My name is Kyle Maynard, and I have an extremely hard time saying what it is exactly that I do. I've been an athlete my entire life. Football to wrestling to weightlifting and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and now most recently taking on climbing some of the highest mountains in the world. I was born with congenital amputation, so it basically means my arms end at the elbows, my legs end at the knees. You know, I think some people, they look at me and maybe even feel sorry for me, but really, truthfully, my life doesn't look a whole lot different than yours. You know, I type on my computer the same way, you know, I use my phone just like anybody else. I'm on Bumble like any other single person my age. We got a match. My first experience with climbing, really anything of significance, was in a CrossFit competition in 2010. The first workout was you had to do a 1,000-meter row in this rowing machine and a sprint up Stone Mountain. Everybody else did it in maybe 25 minutes. It took me an hour and 46 minutes. I tore all the skin up on my arms, but I got to the top and I was like, wow, this is breathtakingly beautiful. And I told my friend that night, I said, I want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can't, but I do know that I want to try to figure it out. I want to go and find a way and get up there. There were a ton of challenges with getting into climbing, and the biggest one was the gear. I literally started with bath towels duct taped to my arms and my feet. I couldn't go to the store and buy a typical pair of shoes, so we had to come up with a unique solution. Now to climb, I use a carbon fiber special custom shoe. I use those to bear crawl up Kilimanjaro. Then me and my team, we took on climbing Mount Aconcagua, the highest peak in South America. I felt my body was like in full shutdown mode. And it was brutal at moments, but it was breathtakingly beautiful. At the top of that mountain, you know, you can almost kind of make out and see like the curvature of the earth. I mean, it was just a moment I'll never forget. The reasons I climb aren't that different from other people. 95% of it does suck. I'm staring at the dirt. I'm not even able to go and talk to my friends and see the beautiful views unless I stop and sit down and look. But that 5% that doesn't suck, it's amazing. Getting into a place that there's no way my wheelchair could have brought me there, that's what I love. I'm not trying to live to be 1,000. Like I want to go out there and have my life mean something. When I've gotten down and I've looked at the mountain and I see what we've achieved, it's like, wow, maybe that was a really bad idea that we were there, but it was beautiful.
Kind of like a skater has a skateboard or a BMXer has a bike. I just saw the wheelchair as something fun, so why not take it into the park? I'm Aaron Wheels Fotheringham, and I ride WCMX. WCMX stands for Wheelchair Motocross. It's, you know, taking your chair into the skate park and hitting ramps, kind of the same thing as BMX, but with a wheelchair. I first started going to the skate parks when I was 8 years old, and I've been doing it for 16 years now. The wheelchair is definitely just an extension of my body because skaters aren't always on their skateboard and bikers aren't always on their bike, but I'm always on my chair. So that gives me like an unfair advantage to just practice everywhere I go. I feel like I'm lucky that I always have my wheelchair with me because I can just jump whenever I want. I was born with spina bifida. I've had 21 surgeries throughout my life, and I spent a lot of time in the hospitals. And yeah, it would be easy to just be bummed out on that, but for me, I just found the positive. The wheelchair has just always been fun, and it's wheels stuck to your butt. How's that not a great time? In 2008, I got the Guinness World Record for the first backflip on a wheelchair. And I was at a local competition here in Vegas called AmJam. That was a pretty cool day. One of my favorite tricks is just simple hand plant because I always loved watching skaters do it when I was growing up, and you know, watching the pros do it, it just was something I wanted to learn. I'm very blessed to be able to do what I love and what I'm passionate about for a living. A lot of the time the wheelchair comes with this stereotype of you can't do this or whatever because it's a medical device. I just always seen the wheelchair as a great opportunity.
The first thing I Googled was how to teach a guy without arms to shoot a bow. And there's nothing out there like that because it's such a rare thing. My name is Matt Sussman. I'm from Fairfield, Iowa, and I'm a professional archer.
Well, that's how we shoot. There you go.
In 1982, I was born, as you see me right now, without any arms. I never see not having arms as a limitation. It's amazing how your body, when it's missing something, your other limbs take off and kind of pick up the slack. So for me, my feet are my hands. Everything that I have in my life, I do with my toes. It's pretty rare that I don't use my feet for something. My phone, for example, how I pick up my phone, I'd actually grab it with my foot and flip it and catch it and be like, hello. When I got started shooting, it took me about 2 weeks from looking at a bow till shooting probably my first arrow because I had to figure out how to hold it with this toe or this foot or that foot. I had to kind of think outside the box and come up with some creative ways of shooting. I actually hold the bow with my right foot, but I will pretend it's somebody's right arm in my mind. And then I have a release aid that goes over my right shoulder and I actually hook that onto the string. And when I sit up, I push my foot away from my chest, which draws the bow. At this point, I'm aiming. I don't see a guy without arm shooting. I see somebody with arm shooting, and I guess it's just how I imagine it. So I did repetitions. I sat in a chair for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. Time kind of slows way down. You forget who's around you. You forget what you're doing almost, and you're so focused on one thing. Shot and shot and shot and shot and shot. That's all I did. This bow right here probably has 1,000,000 arrows shot through it. At the end of the day, you know, helps you become good. A couple medals or trophies that stand out to me is my Paralympic silver medal. I also have the Guinness World Record for the longest accurate archery shot, and I shot an arrow and hit a target from 310 yards away. I want my kids to see that no matter what the challenge is, you can overcome it. You just have to put your head down and push through and figure out a way to be successful and figure out a way to just, you know, be a good person while you do all that stuff. At the end of the day, I just want to be the best in the world. I don't care if you have arms, you don't have arms. I don't care if you were the Michael Jordan of the sport and you are an able-bodied archer. I just want to beat you because I want to be known as the best archer in the world.
Pull your shoulder blades back together. There you go.
Bodybuilding and doing the exercises at the gym is really keeping me alive.
Okay, 3 more.
And cause like I said, if I was to stop working out at the gym, I would probably be dead by now.
Okay, good.
My name is Wade McCray Washington, and I'm a professional bodybuilder.
Let's see that program.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see because my hand's moving. I was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at the age of 11 months. Then I was diagnosed with scoliosis at the age of 12.
Deep breath.
When I first went to the doctor, they had told me that I was not going to live to see 10 years old.
Wade and I have been friends here at the gym. I'm his personal trainer.
Me?
Yes. And he approached me with a very serious tone. And he told me that he wants to do a bodybuilding show.
You know, one of my goals was to be a bodybuilder. The other one was to be a professional wrestler. But the wrestling was too dangerous.
In the beginning, he didn't have the control to get on a machine and just work the body parts that we were intending to work. His hands and his feet need to be stabilized. You in?
Yeah.
All right. So I got very creative and I built up, you know, apparatuses that would fit him in order for him to secure himself and actually pull with the muscles that I was wanting him to do. Up, 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 up.
Yeah,
Instead of it telling you what to do, you're telling it what to do.
Yeah.
So let's tell it what to do again.
Okay.
Okay.
The way I approach everything, every time I train, I have to focus a lot harder and a lot more on what body part that I'm working on to make it work right for me.
Up. Wow.
It has improved a lot.
It has improved a lot. The basic happiness that comes from feeling strong and feeling able instead of disabled is a big deal.
My body has gotten a lot straighter. I have people tell me that I'm taller. I'm actually standing still. My body is calm.
Seeing Wade accomplish his pro status as a bodybuilder was the most unbelievable experience. This was something no one ever thought could happen. And it happened. We made this happen.
It's been amazing. And I'm blessed to have a coach like Tina, a friend like Tina. I enjoy being a pro bodybuilder. It's my lifestyle now.